Hello world, welcome to the stream. How's it going this evening? I hope everyone's well. Last stream, we were starting to add some loot to our dungeon, and kind of integrating the concept of a scoreboard of sorts. So we've added, let's start it up. We've added some gems. We added code to randomly generate a number of gems per level. And then you can see down here in our, in the lower left here, our stats box, we have level and now we have gems, a gem count. So the way that it works is, there are, I think we said 5 gems per level, and they're randomly scattered around each level. And the player needs to grab them all in order to, win with the highest score. So it's kind of, it borrows from some of the Mario games that have like coins, or I think some of them may even have gems, but I think with Mario it's coins. And there's 100 coins on a level, and so if you want to truly win the game 100%, you need to get all 100 of the coins. So it's kind of a similar scheme. Inventory, we got a shield, we'll equip that. And then we spawned right near the stairs, so this is a gem. So we'll get the gem, and we pick it up, and it says gems left on level 4. So we added all of this last stream. There's a sword here we'll grab and equip. So just kind of got some bats. Just kind of quickly run through the level. Oh, there's a helmet and a kobold and a goblin. So we'll grab this gem. There's three left on the level, and we'll grab the helmet. Put that on. Just want to check and see how it's adding to our defense. So we take it off and our defense is 3, and we put it back on again and the defense is 4. There's another gem, I'll grab that. 2 gems left. There's another. So right now there's the monsters. We haven't done anything about balance yet. So right now the equipment that the player can get is kind of OP, overpowered, when compared to the health of the monsters. There's that 5th gem. So we have gems left on level 0. We've got 5 gems that we found here on our kind of game-wide scoreboard. We'll pick up this axe. I'm not going to use it quite yet, but just finished exploring. So other things in the info area, we've got our health bar, which I haven't really taken any damage yet. Like I said, I'm a little overpowered compared to the beasties that are on this level, but we'll work that out. We'll do some more playtesting as the game gets farther along and do some balance. But for now, we'll go down, descend to the next level. A gem. Are we taking damage at all? No, it's our armor is too powerful. Like, we're not even taking damage. Look, yeah, we're definitely maybe we'll do some balance changes this go round, because it's too easy. Alright, so I think you get a sense of what the game looks like. Come back to it. But this... So the first thing I'd like to do this stream is, right now our gems are like $signs, and the only reason that they're $signs is because when I wrote the original equipment parsing routine or config file parsing routine, I added the actual character when we're setting up our different objects or monsters. I set, let's just open it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it would be equipment. It's items. So in our items config file, all of these are represented. The glyph, the sword is represented by a slash, the shield is by a parenthesis, which makes sense. Helmet also makes sense. But for like a gem or for other things, there's no way to give an extended ASCII character because I'm just reading the printable character and using that as the ASCII character. But we've got 255 characters at our disposal in our font map, and I want to be able to use some of those cooler looking characters. So what I'd like to do is enhance the parser for this to not read a character, but to replace this with the actual ASCII code, the number for it. Hey Matthew, how's it going this evening? So that we can then open up the entire 256 character set, 255, one of them's a blank character. So, trying to figure out where to start. I think we may actually need to change the routine that prints it to the screen as well. Let's look at, where's our rendering? Maybe it is a game. Field of game. I think it's in UI. It's in our UI. So we'll do console, put character at, that's the one. So ASCII character, what is that defined to be? Trying to learn Python Pygame, can you give some advice about remembering commands? So are you talking about like Python syntax commands or specifically related to Pygame? This is not Python or Pygame, by the way, just FYI, but I have used both of those before. I've actually used Python quite a bit and have built a couple of kind of proof of concept things in Pygame. And so if you're talking about just trying to remember syntax and commands and keywords for the Python language or any language, I would say it kind of just comes as the more you do it. So, I mean, the best way to learn coding is to code and to read good code that's written by other people. So yeah, for syntax, it's really just using it and writing small programs, writing larger programs. It'll eventually become second nature. So like I use Swift and other languages in my day job, and then I jump on here and I try and do C programming, and so there's times when I'll just need to look something up quickly because it's hard to keep different syntaxes, some of which are very similar to one another exactly in your head, but it's kind of context switch into a language, and the more you do it, the more second nature it becomes. So we've got this ASCII character definition. I think it's just an unsigned character. So that's actually a number, so there's nothing that would be restricting us from writing that. Yeah, there's that helps. I mean, writing stuff down definitely helps if it helps you to write things down to remember them. Um, there's also syntax cheat sheets that you can find that are like one-page PDFs that you can print out for the most commonly used, syntax elements and even certain things like looping through lines in a file or just quick small recipes for doing code. So, but it definitely helps to actually write things down too. There's something about the connection between the act of writing stuff down and making it stick into your head. It works for some people. All right, so if I give this thing ASCII character and it's a number, then this should work. So I can't even remember I can't remember the stuff from last stream. Where did we generate our gems? I will look for $. There it is. Okay. So the glyph I want. Let me find my font file. See if I can put it up on the screen for folks. Let's see, what's the best way to do this in OBS? Can I open this? This says I can open it in Microsoft Code. What was that? I heard some recent event. Matthew, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Am I able to run the game yet? No, yeah, so I guess I did a run through real quick at the beginning, but I guess you weren't quite on yet. So here's the game. The opening screen. The only menu option that works right now is start a new game, but that's cool. So it's a classic ASCII roguelike, and so we've built out quite a bit already. We've done the dungeon level generation, which is kind of procedurally generated, so it's different every time. We've stocked it with monsters in random locations, so like a random assortment of monsters from a preset list, randomly placed around the dungeon. We've stocked it with certain bits of equipment, and then in the last stream we added the concept of gems or a form of treasure for me to keep score. And look, this room is a bonanza. It's got 2 gems. I need to find some equipment before I start fighting these guys. So I'm just going to let them chase me. Okay, there we go. I got a battle axe and shield. Let me equip those. Start getting down to business. Took out that guy. Now that I've got the shield, like their attacks aren't even powerful enough to break through the shield, which is a balance issue that I need to address. It's no fun if you're completely invulnerable. There's no challenge there. So yeah, in the equipment system, so like I've got the battle axe right now, but if I wanted to equip the sword, both of these are in the hand slot, so I can't equip both at the same time. So if I toggle to equip the sword, then the battle axe becomes unequipped, vice versa. So there's a bit of inventory management involved, and there's our staircase down. So We haven't yet found all the gems on this level. We found 3 of the 5, but I'll just show you what the descending the stairs. So it puts us on the next level. Right, you descend further, you're now on level 2. Right now is make a cube move in a direction with the arrow keys and have a border that kills. Hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere and just gradually build. So if you go back to some of the earlier streams, you can kind of see, I started with not even being able to print, step 1 was like print something on the screen. So what happened to my music? Did I hit the end of the playlist? There we go. But if you check it out, above my head, there's a link to YouTube where I've archived all of the previous streams. And there's also, so what Python, you did one with Pygame, so is it a book for specifically creating a game with Pygame and Python? Okay, so this glyph, if I change this, oh, that's what I was doing. Just trying to bring up the fonts. So it says that I can open this font file in VS Code. What? That is awesome. So this is our font file. So you can open image files in VS Code. That's really cool. Can I blow this up? Is this open changes? No. Can I do like Control plus, make it bigger? Oh, okay. So here we go. I'll do this large for just a quick second. But so this is our font map. You can see we've got all of the standard ASCII characters here, but then you've got all these cool, funky ones that I'd like to take advantage of for some of the stuff that's going to be in our dungeon. So I wouldn't worry too much about memorizing the syntax. I mean, just it'll come to you and it'll start to stick just by doing the code. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. Just set yourself up with like a cheat sheet of syntax and just start building. So if we have a gem, I'm going to go with this diamond right here. That'll be perfect. So that's just going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. ASCII character 4. How big does that make my big code? Okay. Let's do. That's a really big font, but I guess it's readable. Okay, so let's go back to this game. So we wanted character 4. So I think if I just type a 4 there, it will convert that. Let's see if we get our diamonds. I'm gonna get killed by a stupid bat. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Oh, I died. That's so sad. Okay, let's try that again. There it is. Right in the room there. So that's exactly what we want. There's our gorgeous diamond. Get that gem. Okay, so I guess the next step is so we can display the extended ASCII characters. We just need to now update the parser for our config files to read the glyph that we want to show as the ASCII code for it, and not the actual character. Alright, I'm gonna get the sword. Kick this guy's butt. Equip. See ya, bat. Oh, but I got surrounded by kobolds. Okay. So Python is, I wouldn't call it simple. It can be quite complicated, but it's a very nice language. It's pretty consistent, and it's there. The nice thing about Python is that if you're looking to do something like solve a particular problem or whatnot, there's multiple ways to do it, but there's usually one clearly superior way to do it. And that's kind of by design and that's one of the core values of the language is that there should be one obvious way to do it, which is nice. Another core value is that batteries are included, so you will find a vast library that comes with the language itself that will do quite a bit. The core libraries that come with the language are very extensive, so you can be very productive with a small amount of code. And the fact that you've got the interpreter, and you can just kind of fire up an interpreter and type commands in it and see how the language works, and really play with some of the syntax. That's really, really helpful. So, like, if you don't remember the exact like what a particular library call does or what a particular function does, you can just fire up the interpreter and either read the built-in documentation, because all the libraries are kind of self-documented, or you can just call the function in the interpreter and kind of see what it does. I'm trying to create a circle that I control and absorbs the smaller circles, kind of like what's that? Agario. Yeah, that one's. If you're only 5 hours into the language, that's going to be tricky. But essentially, you're going to be looking for looking to do some sort of collision detection, like see if the circles overlap, and then if they do by some certain amount, then the bigger one absorbs the smaller one. All right, so we've got our gems. Where is my? I don't remember where we do our parsing. I think we have a config file. Config.c. That's what it is. All right, config file parse through each line. Close my config file. Items. So I think it'd be okay if I just read it as a string, and then I don't know that the parser needs to change, because I'm already reading all the characters after the equal sign. So the config parser doesn't need to change. It reads the whole line, and then it just chops it at the equal sign and takes the stuff on the left as the key and the stuff on the right as the value, and it puts them both into strings. So what I need to update is the code that basically loops through the data handed to it by the config parser and interprets that data. I think that's in game. Yeah, the physics there are interesting. Because Agario kind of has, they kind of press against each other until there's a certain amount of resistance or whatever, and then it kind of absorbs the other. That's gonna be tricky, especially as a first project. You might want to consider trying a couple smaller projects. Because that's, the danger is that if you try and do something that's like super hard as your first project, you might just get kind of turned off from the effort to sour you on the language or whatever, and it's really not you work on smaller projects and have some success. The success will build on the success and tackle the bigger projects. Suggest smaller projects. I don't know. You could just say it's a lot of people will do like simple shooter games, like almost like Asteroids, or like one of those side-scrolling shooter games where you've got things flying at you and you got to move up and down and fire. So, I mean, that at least would give you experience with doing things like collision detection and moving sprites around the screen and whatnot. Where do I parse this stuff? Let's see if we search for item, maybe? No, it's not going to be that. It was like world init or something. Do it. World state init, so here, config file parse. And then when I'm doing monster config, here we go. Here we go. So I'm grabbing the glyph. Config entity value. This returns a string that I am interpreting as a single character. So it's this code right here that I'm going to need to do. So what I need to do is convert a string to an integer. Which I know how to do in many languages, but I'm going to just do pressure and C string. And it's library A to I. That's what I need to do. So it should be and A2I takes the string. Let's see if I do. I get my tooltips here in Visual VS Code. That's nice. All right, so ASCII character G, that might be enough. So let me. Now it's not gonna work as I expected right now, because it's gonna be, the monsters are gonna be, they might not even show up. They're probably not. Yeah, they're not showing up. Okay, so the problem is that it's not converting, it's converting everything to a 0, which is like the blank character, because I didn't update my config file yet. So now that this is interpreting this as a number, I need to look up the actual, so for the sword, and I could actually change it, like this down arrow looks like a cool looking sword. That'd be a cool sword, right? I don't know, this is kind of a traditional ASCII roguelike convention. So each of these is 16 in a row, so we've got, this is 15, that's 16, 32, 48, so it's actually index 47. 47 is our number. Shield, paren, this is going to be super fun math. Okay, is that, that's the arrow, that's not a paren, is it? There's the paren. So this is 47, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 41. Helmet. Uh, 6 times 16 is 6, 95. So this is 95, 94. I think. And then character X, capital X, 3, 92, 91. 90, 89, 88, maybe. Okay, so let's save these. Our items are okay. Now we've got another config file. We need our monsters config. To convert all of these to their ASCII indexes. So G, lowercase g. Actually, you know what? There's got to be a... There's... Does this conform to actual... ASCII, that's 48. 60... 64, 65 is A. I think that's right. Up a chart. ASCII codes. Just look up a. Yeah, A is 65. So lowercase g. You can look up ASCII codes. You can just Google it. So lowercase g is going to be 103. Way quicker than doing mental math. 103 and a lowercase s. It's 115. Hey, Mao ABC, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. How's it going this evening? Lowercase k is going to be 107. Thanks for following, even though I'm doing this super kind of uninteresting bit right now, but it'll be worth it. 84. Lowercase o is 111. Hey, Codefire, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. How's it going this evening? Lowercase b for bat is 98. And the last one, capital O for our ogre, is going to be 79. Alright, so let's save this and run it and see what we get. Should see monsters now. Hey, there's our goblin. What? And a bat. And a number 4. which is unexpected. What is that close to that I may have thought it was? 52. Which piece of equipment did I assign 52? Nothing. I have one that's a 94. Let's check our item. Our item parsing may be different than our monster creation. So here's our monster creation. Oh, we didn't do we need to do the A to I for our items as well. So we need to do the same thing for so level init, it's probably here. Here's our items. So what we need to do here is A to I on our glyph. And now it should properly interpret that stuff. We got a diamond, we got a shield. Excellent. Let's equip that. Another shield. Let's run away from our kobold until we find some kind of weapon. Oh, lots of shields. And the bat is attacking us, and because we're wearing our shields, it's doing nothing. So I can just kind of stand here and smash them because my shield is OP. Okay, so it appears that all of our characters are rendering as expected, which is nice. There's a helmet. Now we're truly invulnerable with a helmet and a shield. And let's just descend. Okay, there's a sword. Oh, and the other staircase, how nice. How did, it's not right. Got a bug with our... Something happened with our equipment that's not right. I'll have to look at that. But it appears that our characters are all rendering properly, so that's good. So the next thing that I wanted to work on, I think, is going to be our end game screen. Let's close down these config files. So right now our end game screen is pretty lame. Well, it's not lame. It's just pretty empty. Let's get killed by this bat. Come on, bat, get me. Okay, so here's our end game screen. It says you have died, and we've got this cool skull. One kind of cool feature that you folks probably haven't seen if you're just joining the stream for the first time is I built a image to ASCII conversion routine. So like this background, I'm not that awesome of an ASCII artist that I could just like render a skull like that and just with ASCII. It's actually an image that I have written a routine to convert a ping file to the closest ASCII representation. So you can see I've got this, you have died, and then I can toggle right now. Hey, Sir Waffle, how's it going? Don't know how to organize your code in C. That's partially personal preference, and it also is partially there's a lot of factors that could inform that decision. Are you going to be the sole coder, or are you going to be working with a team or other folks that are going to be using your code? Yeah, so I built this ASCII conversion routine that's I think is kind of cool. And if you look at the launch screen as well, that's also an image that I've converted to an ASCII representation, which is kind of cool. I like to show off. I like to show that off because I think it's kind of cool. And that's an algorithm I came up with. All right, so we've got our end game view. You saw it was basically just our skull and our "you have died" text, but there was that whole big black area of nothing. And what I'd like to do there, I think, wrote up some notes. What I want to put there. Like probably like a stats recap. And then possibly, now that we've added these gems in, I'd like to have a leaderboard, so that encourages replayability. And then there's no way to start another game from the end game screen. So right now the only thing you can do is exit. And what I'd like to do is maybe send you back to the home screen, or just allow you to start a new game right from the end game screen. So you're working by yourself in an instance of a structure to be accessible in 2 different source files, and you don't know what to do. So there's a couple ways to do that. Basically, you would... so the way that I've put this project together, it's called a Unity build, and it has nothing to do with the super popular gaming environment Unity. The reason it's called the Unity build is because it basically assembles all of the source files into one giant compilation unit before sending it to the compiler. So the alternative to that would be to have a bunch of different header files, and for each code file you have its own header file, which I don't, for a project this small, and since I'm a single, solo coder, I think that's overkill. I don't want to deal with all those header files. So what you'll see me do is I'm including all of these other C files just directly in. The problem with the Unity build that I've kind of run into a couple times is the order it starts to become a kind of a juggling game of getting the includes in the right order, and you can't really have circular, like if this file depends on this file, and then you can't have this file depend on this file. You can't have the circular dependencies with the Unity build. So the other way is to have one header file per code file. And so like in your instance, you would have, you would declare the structure in the header file, and then you could just include that header in the code that needs it, the source files that need it. But with that particular code organization, you need to be careful not to double include your header files. So you'll often see, like at the top of those files, you'll see like a define, underscore name of the file, or if some name, and then you'll have the whole thing with in a giant if-and-def, so that each header file is only included in your compilation unit once. So I mean, honestly, it's whatever you're more comfortable with and whatever works for you. So I would say do a bit of Googling around, look at some other projects maybe similar to what you're doing that might be open source, and see if there's a particular code organization style that fits your brain better than another. It's one of those many topics in computer science that can set off like a religious war about, oh no, the Unity builds are dumb, or oh no, header files are dumb. So it's kind of like many things. It's whatever works for you. Okay, so let's perhaps start with the easier stuff, and maybe just add a command to start a new game from the end game screen. So let's open up our screen, our launch screen. So we can probably just borrow that code. In our handle event. So escape will quit, the N key will start a new game and send you back to the in-game screen. But we want to print to the screen that what these folks are, or what the different commands are. Close that one. Let's do this. So I'll put string at screen game. I guess we have a render info view for some game background view. What does our render method do? Show end game. It's been a while since I've been in this code. I'm just gonna refresh my memory. Let's just put this here. We'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. Although I don't know where this info view. Where's this called from? So we do forward declares here. This is this called from. What if we look in the whole thing? How do I search? Files, maybe? Search the whole stinking. Start kills. Still learning all of the different commands and features for VS Code because I just switched from Sublime Text a couple weeks ago. Symbol and file, maybe we'll do that. Game. No, that's not the. Yeah, I just remember the game. Symbol and file. Under endgame. There we go. What am I missing? It's like only looking in this file? Results. Screen show in game. Screen show. Oh, I think I need to add them in here. No, here it is. So add the view. I'm adding one for the info view and one for the end. Okay. It's all right here. So we could add some other views. So our info view is ten, it's 30 wide, and it's 30 high. So it's 30 by 30. Let's just, for the moment, we'll put it at 20. Oh wait, put it at 228. Let's see if that render. Let's get dead real quick. Come on, monsters, get me. So there it is, start a new game. The info view is going to basically fill this, looks like. I think I may want like a command box maybe below it, because that can just be like here. Let's see if it works. And it appears to. Oh, it didn't clear the logs though. Interesting. So we'll want to do that as part of our game init. How about init? Okay, no? Is it world init? Game new. Hey, there we go. So game new. We keep all of our logs in this tier somewhere. Message log. Let's look for that and see where we're. Add message to log. If log is null, then it will create a new one. So it looks like if we just deallocate our message log and set that pointer to null, it will recreate itself the next time we add a message. Okay, so for as part of our game new, we should, I guess maybe it'd be part of world state init. Would that make sense? Yeah, because here's where we're allocating and deallocating a bunch of stuff. So we'll do if message log. Look at that, that's kind of cool. Gives you the definition right there. If message log is not nil, coding in Swift, if it's not null, we're going to clean it up. So it's list destroy message log, and then we'll set message log's pointer to null. Let's try dying again. Okay. Okay, we got a bat. They're pretty good at killing us. And you don't have any stuff because they get 2 moves for our 1. Start a new game. And our message log is clear, so good. Battle axe is badass. Okay. Let's keep going. What else do we want to put on this end game screen? Well, let's change the. Move it over a bit so it's a little bit more centered. Let's put stats recap. Which is going to be kind of be like our screen, in-game screen. Borrow some of this stuff. We don't need health, we don't really need, we don't care about attack or defense. Really, it's just level and gems. Grab these. New console. So, do it at maybe 10 and 0. We'll need some kind of a yellow. And then cup a good yellow. Yellow, green, some color. This is a boring song. A little slow. Like a gold, we do hex color gold. FFD7. I'm just Googling for some FFD700, and then alpha is going to be FF. So we'll do hero stats. Let's do some. Do the level, and so this will be start this. I will do 3. So at y coordinate it'll be 3, and so this 0, 10. Start this maybe at like a 5. I'll have to look. Maybe I should add a command just to jump to the end game screen quick. Make it easier for debugging purposes for sure. Get me, Kobold, get me. Okay, find more beasties. What was that? Boy, we're on the monster side. Okay. Hero stats. Level 1 gems. So let's just move hero stats over to. Then underneath it we can have leaderboard. Over a little bit. Let's do that. Start that at 10. We'll start this at 10. Start this at 20. And then leaderboard. Or, yeah, leaderboard. Hero Hall of Fame. Yeah. Do that in like a red. So R, like AA, 0. It started at like 7. And then we'll have a to do thought it called out to-dos. Doesn't highlight those anymore? I thought I called those out. Get me, Kobold. Nice. It wrapped around, so gotta move it over a little bit. We'll move all this stuff over just a bit, although that'll actually be perfect if I just move it over by 2. Hero Babe, if I started at 5, down a row. So the problem with the Hero Hall of Fame is we don't name these. We don't name these characters. So perhaps we don't really have a way to refer to them since they're not named. Now there are some roguelikes that out there that have like random name generators. We could maybe do something like that, but that doesn't seem like that's really worth it. We could put like, I guess we could allow them to type something in, but that kind of opens up can of worms. I'm going to think on that a bit, I think. So for now, we'll do we're gonna lay him out and just say coming soon. Just do that in all 5s. Just a gray. Oh good, there's a bat here. He'll kill us in no time.
Every man has his own ambition.
So we gotta move this over quite a bit. This is 10, should probably be about 15. Like a 12, 15. Okay. While I'm thinking about it, I want to remove the oh, the other thing I thought maybe it has credits. Maybe add some credits to that endgame screen. It's another option.
Every man has his own ambition. But even the impossible can happen.
I think about that off stream. Figure out how we're going to do our leaderboard, like names. Maybe we will just let the player enter in their character name, and then we can put like the name of the character and the number of gems they found and their level, the level they got to. Seems like a reasonable thing. On the launch screen and get rid of this load a save game for now. And we can change this to 2.6. So make this 6. We'll change this to be show. We will need to add the Hall of Fame. We'll probably do that after we add it to the end game screen. We'll build out the command for the launch screen to show the Hall of Fame screen. And the Hall of Fame screen will also have credits on it. So this box is a little bit too big now, I think. A new height. It's a constant, so let's just redefine that. Let's set it down to like 9. Spaced out a little bit better now. Yep. So H doesn't do anything. New will get you a new game. Alright. We didn't get tons done tonight, but I feel like what we did was kind of much needed. Especially that glyph rendering stuff, that's nice. Now we've opened up the full, 255 character set. So yeah, I'm gonna think on the best way to name our Hall of Fame entries. Maybe allowing the user to enter it. I don't really want to do like a random name generation. That's not something that I find interesting. So maybe we'll take input from the user. But I'm going to think on that a bit. Let's see, what else do we have? I guess we could put in the I guess we could put in the command to view that Hall of Fame, and then just build out the structure that will have that view. Hello, Dimitri. How's it going tonight? So screen launch. I like my copy pasta, so I'm going to create a new file. Call it screen Hall of Fame off. .c. And it'll also be our credits screen. And today is not February 6th, it's May 17th. Render background view, we'll probably have a render Hall of Fame view, and then maybe a render credits view. But we'll have handle event Hall of Fame. Get rid of this for the moment. We are going to have like I think a full screen background image, something cool for our Hall of Fame. I'm not sure. We'll have to generate one. But for now, I'm just going to do the background view. Handle event. No, need we'll generate our UI screen for it, set up the views, set up the active view, which is going to be active view. I guess for now it'll be the background view because that's the one that we have. And then the event handler will be our event handle event Hoff. Turn the launch screen or the off screen. Render background view, we're just gonna use our launch image for the moment. And then that view is just gonna not be there. Event handling, escape is just gonna go back. That'll pretty much be the only key that works. So we'll do this. Screen show launch, maybe, I think. Set active screen show launch, which we'll call this guy. Turn that screen. So that. Next thing we need to do is include that file so that our other code knows about it. So we'll do screen launch. So it has to come after screen launch because so this is so when I was talking about the circular references thing, this is a case of such a reference. Both screen launch needs to reference screen hof, and screen hof needs to reference screen launch. Because, so where's my screen launch? Did I add in that command yet? Nope. So we'll add in a command here. And it was going to be H, right, for Hall of Fame. Screen show off. Nope, don't want new game either. So it's not going to build because screen launch, so control click. It doesn't know about this. I have another problem here, is that this is a name conflict as well. Alright, let's fix the first one. So screen show hof. I'm going to need to do a forward declare here. I think I've been putting them... Where have I been putting them? Like here. Void quick game, that's... Ick. I think I'm gonna confine it to screen launch and just do a forward declare.
Nobody seems worth it while the feeling sophisticated. But you is so restrained. The past is nearing closer and closer. I fear. So let's just cut the bullshit and tell me who's independent. Thumbs little in and your life's escaping your mind. Keep in mind, well, the air ain't as free as it used to be, but that's quite alright when you're still 18. It seems to be.
This should solve one of the problems. Yeah, so now we just have the render BG view as I've defined that in both files, and since we're compiling everything to a single compilation unit, we've got the name conflict, so I can't call it in my off screen. I can't call it render background view. So I'm gonna do hof background view. That should do it. Okay, render Hall of Fame. So it actually rendered the screen properly because I used the same background as the well, which actually isn't a bad idea now that I think about it. Use the same background. It would be cool if we had some kind of transition, like animated transition, like a fade out or fade in, or you know. So maybe we'll look at doing that, but it did do the transition. So now escape should bring it back. Yep. And new game will bring me into the game. Good. So that worked. Okay. So next stream we can build out our Hall of Fame view and our both as part of our endgame screen and then as its as a view in its own right. That'll be good.
And I don't wanna have to give a damn about you or your inhibitions. And after all, you're the one who taught me love.
Okay.
Everybody. However, I'm starting to see this world in the right light. Yet it still gets darker. You see, it's just
See.
a symphony or a painting, whatever. It's a natural path that spans infinitely.
So we've got our Hall of Fame
The
screen.
world is crumbling. Let it collapse into the abyss.
We'll build that stuff out
In the midst of summer,
next
won't it
time. Let's just change the position so it doesn't look totally.
It's just a blank slate, waiting for a painter to interfere.
Say it's like 5 months, so we'll do
For what I know.
20. New Hall of Fame. Okay, yeah, we'll have to play with that. Colors and position. I think I'm actually going to draw like a. I think we should put a superimposed. Oh, let's do it. Hall of background view. Let's do other. I guess maybe we could just draw it all in one view. We don't need multiple views. So our launch view, we've got the menu view, we've got the background view. I feel like we don't need all those views. I could just let's just put it. This doesn't even need to be half background. Just be the view. Just do the one. Oh no, it does need to be. Now I've got repeated. Let's do, okay. Do a rectangle. It'll be won't be 0, 0. Let's make it like 30. Let's see if it's 45 wide total. We can do 30. Go 30 by 30 again. Kind of like the in-game screen. This is a good color, but I'd like to make it alpha blend. So we're not going to do draw rect. What are the params here? Is it going to tell me? Okay, so I've got the console, the rectangle, the color, and the border width. Oh, okay. So for our color, it's got a 0 border width. The color, I don't want it to be truly opaque, so I'm going to make it like A maybe? Zero. And then in that rectangle, it's not going to be 0, 0, so it'll be, let's see, we're 45 wide, it's going to be like 12, and then maybe like 4 or something. So Hall of Fame will be at oh, that's fine where it is. Let's see. Okay, that's probably a decent size, but it needs to be over a lot more. This is at what coordinate? That's at 12. It's be like maybe 25 or so. Or we can just make it, let's make it wider. So our rectangle is going to be, let's double it, 60 wide and 34 tall, maybe. And we can even move it over a little bit to like 20. See if we get that position better. Oh, now it's too far. Too big, too far. It is a little too big. Let's make it 50 and move it over to like that's better. Although this looks kind of weird. So the alpha blending is working though. That's cool. We might want it darker. But it looks like it's fairly centered. The rectangle, not the words Hall of Fame. Make this darker, more opaque. Just to go up a bit. Oh, this would be a case where we actually want a border, though. Two. Let's make the border with 2. I don't actually remember which direction this had to go. I think it... Just come up a little bit. Let's try like 3. Maybe down 1. That looks okay. Cool. Hey Dimitri, what am I making? I'm making an ASCII roguelike game. In the fashion of classic roguelikes of yore, such as Rogue or Dungeon Crawl Stone Stoop or so many others. My personal favorite in the genre is a game called Rogue. But I'm using the C programming language and not using any frameworks or pre-coded game development libraries or environments. We're building it from scratch ourselves. Hey Defense, how's it going tonight? How are ya? So we've got our Hall of Fame starting to shape up. We just need content. I'm doing okay. Actually, nearly wrapping things up for the evening. We've had a decently productive evening. Working on, we kind of finished our coding for putting gems in our game, and now we've made them actually look like gems. They've got these nice diamond shape here. I'm gonna totally get killed by a bat and a kobold right here, which will allow me to show you we're kind of working on our end game screen as well. Final hero stats here, and then Hero Hall of Fame, which will be coming soon. We also integrated in a command to start a new game right from the end game screen. I should probably put escape to quit here. Looking at it, I'd like to shift this over. It's not quite centered. So let's do that. This is going to be shifted over to 22. And then we'll put another might be too far down. I think our box is 30. We'll have to see. It might. Crap. Yep. Wrap too far. Crash. So we'll move both of those up. This will be line 20. This will be line 28. Do I get us kobold? Kobolds are not strong enough to kill bats, man. Those things are a thing to look out for if you don't have weapons. So start a new game, escape to quit. This is a little funky. Get it all spaced nice. So this should be 2. Should be. This has got to be 10. Get me back, get me.
Hey, you!
Hit me back. One more hit. There we go. That's aligned well. This is with that. This needs to be over a little bit, and then start escape to quit. Or needs to be over 2 more. So 2. Alright, I think we're there, ladies and gentlemen. For now, at least I don't want to. I should build in a debug command that'll let me jump to any screen I happen to be working on. That looks pretty good. This whole block needs to be over. Because yes. Type A. So we'll do 8, 18, 10. I'm not even going to check it, I'm just going to save it. I definitely like that we can open our font file right from within Visual Studio. That's very cool. I like that quite a bit. That was a neat, previously unknown feature to me. Alright, so next time we're going to build out our Hero Hall of Fame section of our endgame screen, and then we're going to build out probably use the same exact code to bring that into our dedicated Hall of Fame screen. Also do credits. I'm thinking about it. Music is epic. So this is 34 tall, so I think we'll probably put it at like 30. It's fine, so 39, so we'll put it at like 36. No, that's too far down. Up a little bit. All right. Looks better. Cool. All right. I think with that, I am going to call it an evening because we had a pretty productive evening. Kind of a little hodgepodge of everything all over the place. But we got some useful stuff done. So I'm gonna call it an evening. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. If you have not yet, be sure to hit that follow button to get notified the next time I go live. We'll be working on finishing out that Hall of Fame stuff, and then moving on to kind of maybe do a bit of game balancing and kind of putting more items and more creatures into the game. I have to check my to-do list and see what else we might need to tackle, but the game is really shaping up, so I'm pretty happy with it. I will be putting up the latest source code changes to our repo on GitHub, so if you want to play along at home, you can check out that repo right there and build the game on your own machine and examine the source code. And if you want to see previous streams, I've archived them all at the YouTube address listed here. And I'd appreciate if you like it, please subscribe to that page on YouTube so that once you hit a threshold, I think it's 100 subscribers, you can, or I can, come up with a more user-friendly name for I can come up with a custom URL. So that would be really nice instead of having to type that seemingly random assortment of characters into your browser. There'll be something like YouTube slash PD codes or slash roguelike or something cool. So subscribe to me on YouTube as well. I would appreciate it. I think that's just about it for this evening. I will catch you next stream, and thanks everyone for watching. Have a good night.